Hello my dears, this is Sarah from sheholdsdearly.com, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of our farmhouse. People have been asking me for this for a long time on YouTube, and I finally got it done. Welcome to our 1906 farmhouse. So I don't have an entryway, we just go smack dab into the living room. We have shoes in the basket. We keep our office supplies over here. Those are drop cloths, curtains I bleached and just clipped them up. There, I have a tutorial on that, how to bleach them, how to turn them into curtains. The couch is from IKEA. This is the Farlove couch, and I love it because it has one main cushion, which gives a very authentic vintage feel to it. We redid all of the lighting in this room. I'll show you the before. And we had to restore the wood floors. These are old 1906 fir floors. We had to take out a chimney in this room. And when I first came through the front door, I saw that window seat. And you know, when you find your house, there's certain things that just seal the deal for you. That was one of them, was the window seat. I'll show you a few other things in the tour of it. And then the French mattress, I made that. I will share the tutorial on that. That piano was my grandmother's. We painted it with milk paint. I have a tutorial on that. The farm used to be a chicken farm, and so I wanted to make a vintage chicken crate. And I have a tutorial on that. I used a $9 coffee table from Goodwill. We flipped it upside down and added the other pieces. The ladder was one we found on the property, and I love using it in the decorations. We put our blankets on there. This is a Craigslist armoire. I painted in chalk paint. Another Craigslist dresser over there. That's where we keep the Legos. So through that really cute French door is actually the only storage downstairs. It is a walk-in closet that we shiplapped, and we keep the kids' toys in there, and then my extra decorating and cleaning, and some of our bulk food supplies. I'll show you some pictures of that. Okay, so off to the left of the front door is what we call the Fireside room. And it came with these original pillars, which I loved right away. It was a selling point for me. And it was originally the dining room for the first family that lived here. We did replace the lighting in here. We put the can lighting up in each of the corners. And then I'm not usually one who likes to use ceiling fans, but we've got to use a ceiling fan in this house because we heat with our wood stove. We added in a faux brick wall over behind the wood stove. I have a tutorial on that. Then we also added in this concrete hearth. My favorite detail is the little established 1906 stamp over here on the edge. And it's chipping a little bit, but so far so good. We've really loved it. I have a really popular tutorial on that. The rug is from World Market, and it is current. It is still in stock, and it's well priced. The chairs I also created slip covers for, and I have a tutorial on how to make Parson slip covers without a pattern. So if you're new to sewing, this is a great way to start with slip covers. Okay, and then we have our little stairwell with the window, which I love. When we bought the place, it had, I think it was put in the 50s or 60s, but the railing went all the way to the ceiling, so it looked kind of like prison bars. So that's been changed, and then we dressed up the newel post of a popular post on that. And then this box over here is a toy box I got for $10 at a garage sale, painted it white, and that's where we keep all of our fire making supplies. So I have our paper and kindling and some gloves and things in there. And then last but not least, this sign here that is Joshua 24:15, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. That is a simple tutorial. I will link that, and you can even print out the words and not have to design that part of it. The most impressive room in the house is really the kitchen. We completely gutted it. We opened up this whole wall that we're looking at here. It was just a doorway walking into the kitchen. And so we opened it all up. We gutted it. We had to actually restabilize the foundation. So at one point there was just like a 3-foot drop down into the dirt, and we had a plank that went from the fireside room into the laundry room, so you could run across it. We called it the pirate plank. You could run across it if you wanted to had to use the bathroom back there. One of my favorite things about this kitchen is that there are 2 porches. So off to the right side is our chicken porch, and you can see our chickens out the window. And then if you look out the window over the sink, you see the kitchen porch, and you can see my garden out there. I keep my paint and upholstery tools in this chippy trunk. My sewing machine is in that white cabinet. We like to keep our boots in a wine crate. I got this for $1 at a garage sale, and it just helps keep the mud off the floor. We keep our root veggies in a crate, so then it's a little bit decorative and rustic, but also really functional. And I like to keep my baking supplies and rice in these half-gallon mason jars, and you can get these plastic lids off Amazon that fit any mason jars. So any mason jar can become this great storage container. We ended up, of course, having to replace the floor. We had to special order planks that would match the correct width of the other flooring in the house. So the kitchen floor is new, the bathroom floors are new, and everything else is original. Then we go through our unfinished laundry room and we head into the powder room. Now, there was a few years that this was not actually functional. I mean, the toilet worked, but everyone was afraid to use the bathroom because the ceiling was cut open, and we thought, oh my gosh, it's like go into the bathroom and look up and see some raccoon looking at us from the ceiling, and no one would take a shower. So we finally got it done. We replaced the floor, matching the kitchen floor. We used this fabulous wallpaper that's beadboard, and I haven't had a problem with the steam in there, so I do totally recommend it. I think it was $100 to, quote, beadboard the entire bathroom, and it's just wallpaper that's painted, and it feels, it's 3D, so it feels like beadboard and everything. This Eastlake dresser off Craigslist with a marble top, and we had it cut for a little sink. I had to find a tiny sink, and I found that on Craigslist, and we had to special order the back splash. But we got it done, and I love this piece. It's actually one of my favorite pieces in the whole house. The mirror was off Craigslist, and the little sconces are off eBay. One of the funny things that is important to me when I'm redoing a vintage bathroom is to not make the toilet paper look too modern. So I'm always trying to not put a toilet paper roll holder in the wall, and I came up with this little half round shelf idea. So that's what we have for the toilet paper. And the bamboo table was $2 at a garage sale. For this little skinny wall here, I grabbed 3 different clocks, and they don't even work anymore. I've let the batteries just die. But I think it's a cute solution for a skinny wall area if you're trying to do decoration. I paid $1 a piece for these at different garage sales.
And then this mirror is called a pub mirror. I found this at Goodwill, painted it white.
So from the fireside room, we go up the stairs. I love how there's a little window along that stairwell. These stairs are starting to get worn out again, but they were really bad when we moved in. Well, we ripped off the carpet. And we also replaced the railing and made this cute little newel post. Just built around a big post. We did a blog post on when we made that newel post, and it is super popular. A lot of people have done it. I went ahead and I put a large mirror. I got this off Craigslist, of course. I got this when we first moved in. It's a Ballard Designs mirror, and I put it against that wall over there. I really like how it bounces the light off of these windows into the whole hallway. Funny story with that mirror was I neglected to find out exactly what kind of house this mirror was coming from, and so we went to Seattle and we had to walk up 3 flights of stairs along a cliff to get to this condominium, and then we had to drag this mirror back down, and I was wearing high heels. We couldn't do it. We actually had to go knock on people's doors and get neighbors to come out and help us. Isn't that funny? And then we laid it in the back, kind of like propped up on the cab of our pickup truck, and drove home with it. And the whole way home, people were staring at us like, oh my gosh, they're gonna break that mirror. But we made it. And then we had to figure out how to get it upstairs. And I was like, honey, if we need to get a crane and put it through the windows, we're gonna do it. Somehow they figured it out. I instantly fell in love with all of the interesting ceiling lines in the hallway. I love that about old houses. It was one of the selling points for me. And then this velveteen rabbit sign I made with a free printable off Pinterest. And I did this book page wall. I have a tutorial on that. This room has changed quite a bit since we first moved in. I had this as the girls' room. So I had 2 girls, and then one was in the trundle. That worked good for a while. And I really went ahead and went for the little princess look, which they loved for a long time. We got the desk at a garage sale that was $20, and then I found the matching, I guess it's called a lingerie chest over there, but I found that. We made those little hampers. These are made with not chicken wire, but fencing wire. And we put little casters on them, and that's a king-size pillowcase. Really cute little hamper idea. This room came with this darling little beadboard closet, which I love. Recently, we've had this addition with this little cat tower. I'll just show you behind the scenes here. The kitty is scratching all my vintage furniture, and so now this is working best. Okay, and you can see this used to be 2 rooms as well. This is opened up, and now it's kind of like a suite. And for a long time, this was my schoolroom, and it was very cute. I decorated it in sort of a Pottery Barn style, and we had all this great storage over here. These were built-ins. These were here when we got here. Actually, it was one of the selling points. I walked upstairs and I saw some of these doors are gone now, but I saw all this storage, built-in storage, even though it's not super fancy. And I just thought, oh my gosh, it has a schoolroom. And it was one of the 4 reasons I wanted to buy the house. One of the 4 top reasons. So now we've got 3 girls in this room, and they're going their own direction. They're teens, 2 of them are in college. So it's not really my space anymore, but it's all right. I like to give them their own space and let them kind of spread their wings and find their own decorating style. So that's happening in here now. One day this will become a guest room, and I've got some plans for it again. So I'm gonna show you my son's room, and this was a recent makeover along with those lockers. I'll show you both of those videos. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and show you some beauty shots later, but like, there's been some changes. He decided he didn't like the map, so that's gone. His pillows, he had a sleepover last night. It's still cute, but I'll show you some pictures of what it looked like when I was actually finished with it. I love this room. The first time I walked in here, I just was like, oh, that closet's so cute. Every room in the house has windows in it. Every closet has windows. There's no electricity in this house, so that closet's really cute. I'm not gonna open it right now because I'm afraid of what's in there, but I just knew right away this was gonna be a good little boy room, and I did make it all blue and kind of a patriotic style when we first moved in, and now he just turned 16, so he needed a little bit more grown-up look. But in our old house, it was all the kids, so 2 girls and a boy in one room, which was sweet. It was kind of like, I mean, it was like Peter Pan nursery in my mind, but they were getting older and it was fun to have a boys' room and a girls' room. The upstairs bathroom has this transom up there that I love. I love. And then it has this sort of a frosted glass door. Put this cute little sign on it. And this place was a true disaster. Let's see if I can show you. So this wall over here was this horrible old tub that was falling through the floor. You had to use pliers to get the water to turn on, so we ripped all that out and had this tub that our friends gave us. We refinished it, although if you look closely you can see that I did a bleaching project in here with drop cloths and managed to cause some damage in there, so we'll need to refinish it. We put in all new floor, all new fir floors out of this batten board, pretty little chandelier, can lights. And then one of the best parts is this Craigslist dresser that we found. And we put this really strong clear coat finish on it. I mean, you can see it's like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. But that makes it waterproof. And then we had to make our little, our little backsplash. Got the mirror on eBay. The sink is off Craigslist too. And I decided to put plates on the wall, which I know is really different with bathrooms, but we like it. It's an old curio that we painted white. My grandmother used to keep dolls in it. And I just really liked it, how it looked in the kind of an odd shaped corner. See that there? And last but not least, down at the end of this hallway is the master bedroom. This used to be 2 different bedrooms. Before we bought the house, someone had opened this room up. So back in 1906, they really loved to have a lot of small rooms, and then they would be able to label them and sound more wealthy. So the back room where those 2 chairs were would have been the mother's sewing room. And when we got the house, we had to rip up the old carpet, and of course we found this old fir floor underneath. There were so many rotting boards that we had to take this section out of the floor. We took out pieces and then we patched all over where the floor was damaged. And then so this inlay here is all new wood. That's how we dealt with the rotting wood floor issue. We put in that electric fireplace and have been doing improvements to the mantle that we got off Craigslist. There's one more thing I'd like to do to it to make it what I'm dreaming it will be. And then right there on the edge of that inlay, there was a chimney actually that we had to chisel out. Came up through the middle of the room. One of the cool things that happens when you open up 2 bedrooms is you get lots of little closets. Now these must not have been from 1906, but we ended up having a room with 3 closets. My husband is currently doing an electrical project, so that's gonna need to be patched. There's just always something going on around here. I did share a tutorial on how to make your bifold doors look like this with the shaker style finish. These are just bifold doors off Craigslist, and I will share that post and video with you. I also took this little nightstand off of Craigslist and I remade it to look more like a card catalog, and I put those big casters on. These chairs were from a garage sale. Actually, they were the first pieces of furniture that I bought at a garage sale, and of course I was hooked after that. But I did remake them, and there's a blog post on that. That little cow hanging is a piece of wrapping paper, and that's my favorite way to just quickly and inexpensively create a wall hanging. So I have a tutorial on how to do that. Really good for gifts too, and it costs about $10. Okay, and then that light is still in need of a makeover. I got the 2 lamps at a garage sale for $7 for the 2 of them, and then I painted them to look like wood, and then I had to dye the lampshades, and I've got a tutorial coming on that soon. The nightstand is a recent find at an antique mall, and I recently finished that armoire that was given to me from my husband's grandma. We got matching rugs. That's brand new. I just laid out that rug today. I'm still trying to decide if I like the blue in it. I think I do. You guys can let me know in the comments if you like that blue rug. And then I have this one on the other side of the room too. It's from Target, this blue distressed rug. I found that wicker trunk for $10 at a garage sale. And then we keep that gray pillow. I do a lot of homeschooling in our room because it's cozy in here with the fire. And we'll just throw that down in front of the fire, and my youngest child, who is still homeschooled, she sits on that. Okay, and then last but not least is this third closet that I mentioned earlier. We decided to shiplap it and use it as my little closet area, and it's working out great. I recovered this chair. I found this for $15 at a garage sale and embroidered that little wreath. That wreath used to be my logo on my blog. I'll share that blog post in the description below. And then, the biggest part with turning a closet into an office is you need to find a desk that is the appropriate size. So just be careful with your measurements and don't compromise. Okay, thanks for stopping by our farmhouse and walking through this whole story. If you're still here, you are a rock star. And I hope that you like the befores and afters. It's good for me to even see them again and see how far we've come. Sometimes I feel like, oh, we still have so much more to do, specifically on the porches in the laundry room. But we have done a lot. It's fun to take a step back and celebrate that with you guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. I will see you soon.